Hello guys, this is Aleu BlackWolf here on the Rift High channel. And hang on, I'm just gonna pull up the stream on my phone to check the audio because my audio on my computer has been really just crappy lately. Like, it's not doing its job. It's cutting out, as you could tell from a previous video with a Thurston Theory thing. So I'm just gonna check. I think it's working good now, but I'm just gonna double check just to make sure. Yeah, okay. Why weren't you telling me that I'm live? Did I not hit my own notification? Probably not, because I already know this crap. Let me just okay, yeah. It's working. It's working fine. Just fine. Okay. I'm just gonna pull up the stream. My computer. Because oh, did it die again? One thing's dead. One. I don't know. This thing's weirding me out, bruh. Because it flipped the images, so I tried to flip them for it, but it must have, like, changed it when it restarted the thing. That's a little annoying. Does it, like, flip back once it restarts? I don't know. Because for some reason, when on the Google Air, it flips the thing. So I have to flip it manually on Anycam to keep it not flipped. Okay. I'm just gonna mute it. That way you don't have to hear me repetitively talking over myself. Because that's just annoying. In fact, I'm pretty sure my voice in general is slightly annoying, but we'll just ignore that slight factor. So, say something. Okay. It said say something on the chat, and I just had to. Alright. So, one watching now. That's probably me. I hate how it counts you. Unless it's counting Aleu, even though I got off of Aleu. Doesn't that mean if I'm on my Aleu channel, of course, it's not going to be smart enough to know I'm the same person. Anyways, so I decided to do some discussion on Season 8 of MLP, My Little Pony, or more specifically, the characters you see on screen, Smolder, Gallus, Ocellus, Silverstream, Sandbar, and Yona. I think that's all of them. Did I say all of them? I counted on my fingers, but I'm not sure if I did all of them. The 6 newest characters of MLP for the school. So, first off, I'm just gonna start by saying I love every single one of these characters. They are amazing. I just love all of them. I can't pick a favorite. Well, I can pick a favorite, but I mean, I can't pick a least favorite because I just like them all. Or maybe I can't. I think if I were to, it'd either be Gallus or Sandbar, but I love them all. But my most favorite would be Smolder. I don't know why. I just liked her design, and she was a dragon. And even before I even knew her name, like, I spent like 5 days, like a week, trying to figure out what her name was when the leaked episodes came out. And then I found that one of them actually had the credits on it. And I was like, look through the names, and Smolder seemed most dragony. So I just figured that was her name, and it was. And Smolder's my favorite. I don't know why, she just is. And my second favorite is Ocellus. Ocellus is just adorbs. And then my third would be Silverstream. My fourth would be Yona. And then it'd be like Gallus and Sandbar. I don't know. There's been, speaking of Gallus and Simbar, I've seen so much ship art of them, like so much. Like I'm honestly starting to ship that. Like I was originally thinking maybe Gallus and Silverstream, but I mean, I'm starting. This Gallus and Sandbar is starting to look pretty cute. But, anyways, so one major thing that a lot of people are kind of thinking or hoping for, including me, is that these guys are possibly, oh, snap, I can't do that. Are possibly the next bearers of the elements of harmony. And honestly, I think that would be awesome. Like maybe in the finale or whatever, there's this big evil. Somebody in one of my chats mentioned Queen Chrysalis maybe would come back, and then they have to defeat her by becoming the new element bearers. I just think it would be cool. And it's kind of like it's still pretty early, but there's a lot of discussion on who would be who, like who would be what. So I'm just gonna kind of give off my personal opinions. Some of these are just things that'd be cool. Some of them have a little bit of things behind them. So I just think that Gallus is more of a Rainbow Dash character. He just seems Rainbow Dash, so I think that possibly he'd be loyalty. And I feel like he would probably be very loyal to at least Sandbar, because they've shown to have a pretty... I think that they're more friends than the other people, but him and Sandbar seem to be like bros. But I don't know. He just seems like a Rainbow Dash character who'd spend a lot of time around Rainbow Dash, and because probably they just seem like it. I mean, look at his color scheme. He's literally a Wonderbolt, but a Griffin. That's literally what he's literally looks like a Wonderbolt suit. That's what his color scheme looks like, is a Wonderbolt suit. That just screams Rainbow Dash to me. And I don't know, he just seems like he'd be Rainbow Dash, so I guess he would be loyalty. And then Yona, she's like strong like Applejack and stuff, so I don't know. I mean, again, she doesn't really show much towards the honesty part, but I feel like the characters who are there most like are gonna be, would end up being who they would be what they'd be the bearers of if they were to become them. So I think Yona would be honesty. Just for that. Silverstream would be just on it, obviously be just laughter. Because I mean, we don't even need, she's a lot like Pinky, but oh hello. But I feel like if she were to be a bearer, she'd be a bearer of laughter, because she's just all over the place and she's just so bubbly. Like Derpy. And Sandbar has like the slightest, I think he'd be generosity. I mean, he gave his quill to Sandbar. I mean, not he gave his quill to himself. He gave his quill to what's his Gallus. And when Gallus's quill got broken, and I don't know what you said, but I'm gonna assume it says that you don't speak my language or something like that, or don't understand or whatever. And I'm sorry, I only speak English, unfortunately. But I'm gonna take French next year though. But he gave his quill to Gallus when Gallus's quill got broken. So so that seems kind of generous of Sandbar. So I think he'd be generosity. Now, Ocellus, she's shy, really shy, like Fluttershy. But that's pretty much the only kind of similarity. I mean, I guess she would have like little animal knowledge or whatever, because she paid attention in Fluttershy's class. But I feel like I can't do this. Sandbar's given quills to Sandbar, and Ocellus is now Fluttershy. But I feel like Ocellus is more leaning towards magic and Twilight, because she's kind of they're all pretty intelligent, I mean, but she's kind of the smart one. However, she pays attention in the classes. Like, she paid attention in Fluttershy's class because she knew what that spiked thing was, which low-key reminded me of, I don't remember, they were the cousins of the Bush Bomb, no, they kind of reminded me of the Bush Willies or whatever from the J1 is kind of what those creatures, like those and a hedgehog, is what they remind me of. But she paid attention in Fluttershy now is Fluttercries, and she pays attention in Fluttershy's class, and she paid attention in Twilight's class or whatever, because she knew what the castle of the two pony sisters was or whatever. She paid attention in the history. So she just seems like a kind of smart one. Plus, out of all of them, she just seems the most magical. I mean, she's a shapeshifter. And, I mean, yeah, Smolder can breathe fire or whatever, and what's-her-face? Silverstream can turn into a sea pony, but the only reason Silverstream can do that is because of a pearl, which isn't her own magic herself. It's just a pearl, the magic of the pearl. And breathing fire isn't really magical. And Yona is a yak, and the yaks are pretty down-to-earth type with their abilities. They aren't very magical. And the griffins don't really have any magic abilities. They're just hybrids. So Ocellus is the most, magical out of the group. And Illuminati confirmed. Twilight has a horn and wings, and Ocellus also has a horn and wings. Illuminati, can only mean one thing. That would have literally nothing to do with it, but I mean, hey, maybe it's some symbolism in there. I don't know. And then that leaves one more element and one more person, which has kind of like no thing around, nothing to base it off of besides leftoverness. But I also think it would be really cool if Smolder were the bearer of the element of kindness. I just think that a dragon having that would be kind of a cool thing, because it's not something that you'd usually associate. When you think of a dragon, you think big and scary, and I think to have a dragon be the element of kindness would be something really cool to see. I mean, griffins are known to be mean too, so maybe having that kind of turnaround, but dragons are pretty competitive or whatever. But, I mean, I'm just basing this off of, like, one or two or maybe a couple of episodes that I've seen. I haven't been able to keep up because we don't have cable. Or Netflix. I really need my Netflix back. Because I can't keep up with any of my shows. I can't watch Lion Guard. I can't watch MLP. I want to buy, like, the full complete seasons of MLP. And I want to buy some Lion Guards. Lion Guards, because I really like those shows and I want to be able to watch them. MLP is the only show over the years I've actually kept up with, because whenever I start a show, I like watch a couple of first episodes or whatever, and then it kind of fades away and I don't watch it anymore. And MLP literally is the only show I've actually stuck with. And the Lion Guard I've tried to stick with, but our Wi-Fi, our cable, we stopped getting cable, so I can't stick with it. And it's triggering because I want to stick with it. And I want to stick with both of these, and I can't. Like, I literally be like, with both of these shows, if there'd be a premiere or an episode or whatever, I'd be like, I claim the TV this date, this time. Like, for Rise of Scarves, like, I'm claiming the TV this Saturday at 9 a.m. No one can stop me. I did that with Elena, too. Elena of Avalor. With, Realm of the Jackwins came on or whatever, and with the like starting thing. I don't remember what the main like premiere thing. It wasn't the premiere because it wasn't the first episode, but it was the big movie thing explaining Elena's backstory and how she was freed or whatever. I don't remember what it was called, but I also claimed the TV for that. But for I think it might have been the season 7 premiere beginning thing or whatever. One of those things I claimed the TV for, And I'd always have the TV in the morning. I literally set alarms so I could wake up to watch MLP and Lion Guard and all these things, because I am one of those people, and these are shows that I keep up with. And it's kind of sad that I'm a 14-year-old and the only shows I keep up with is My Little Pony, Lion Guard, and Elena of Avalor. But that's just the person I am. But I don't know what it is about MLP, but it's like one of the only shows that I actually successfully have kept up with. And I want to keep it that way the best I can. I try. I really do. But I just love all of these characters, these new characters. I need to get away from my sadness. And I love all of them. I don't know, I just do. They just are so likable. Especially just I can't get over how adorable Ocellus is. She's just adorable. I mean, look at her. Look at her face. Just look at it. Just take the time to look at the face of Ocellus. Actually, somebody on Instagram commented. I'll get the account up so I can like shout out to them, to their account to follow. It's stairs.hippogriff. I think it was them. They pointed out that from the front, when Ocellus is facing front, her nose looks like a mustache, and now I can never unsee it ever. I just can't unsee the mustache now. So that's great. But that's another thing. Oh, somebody disliked my stream. I bet it was that one guy who disliked it because he couldn't understand me. That's not fair. I'm speaking my language, and it's the only language I know. I'm sorry. But hang on, I'm messaging. Okay, I was gonna, oh yeah, but the hedgehog things, I don't know why, because they don't look that much like them, but the hedgehog things in School Days that attack them, forgot what they're called, but they remind me of, I think it was bush willies, I think that's what they were called, and they also had cousins that never knew how to get home. It was in the end of Flutter Valley or whatever, I think. It was the one with the bees and the sunstone being stolen by the bees or whatever, because the bees were like #jelly because they had all the flowers! Ugh! But they reminded me low-key of those things, kind of. I don't think that was the intention of that, but that's what they reminded me of. It'd be cool to see some bush willies. They're my childhood, even though I'm still a child. I watched and still have on tape the Flutter Valley thing from Generation 1 or whatever. Actually, I'm not sure if it was G1 or not. I think it was G1, but it was one of the first generations. Yeah, I think it was the first generation, but it was the one generation with Megan Trainor. You know. I don't think that was the intention with them though, but they remind me of those mixed with like a hedgehog or a porcupine or whatever. So yeah. That's just what I got reminded of from them. But again, I don't really think that's where that was going. But another thing, this kind of triggers me. Like I see it, but I also, people keep calling Smolder the Scootaloo Dragon. But I mean, I see why, but I just it's just a similar color stream. Silverstream, what have you done to me? Silverstream, live stream, color stream. It's all a stream. It's the circle of stream. I mean, the stream of life. I can't. I can't speak. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, it's just they have a similar color scheme, but I don't think they were trying to make it look like Scootaloo. I mean, I don't see why they would do that. It's just, when you have a world full of colorful ponies, you pretty much have everything, and it's kind of difficult to come up with fresh color schemes. Like I said earlier, Gallus' color scheme reminds me of a Wonderbolt uniform. Like, even just the way it's, like, arranged and everything, it just screeches like Flurry Heart in my ear. Wonderbolt uniforms, but I don't think that was their intention, unless they are trying to move some symbolism along here. Like, maybe that symbolism that Gallus would be, like, Rainbow Dash, just Element Bearer or something, if that's where they are planning to go with this. I'm not sure if that's necessarily where they're planning to go. I'd see why that wouldn't be, but I'm feeling like that Season 8 is going to be the last season for Generation 4, unfortunately. This is for Generation 4, and so that would just be a cool way to end it. I mean, you're not gonna go anywhere else with it, so why not? And um yeah, I'm messaging stairs.hippogriff. But what was I talking? No, I don't. Oh, but I mean, it's being way to end things off, because they're not. If they're ending it, then they're not gonna. Well, I know they're ending it, but I mean, if they're ending it at Season 8, which they most likely are, then they're not gonna do anything else really with it. So I mean, they really have nothing to lose if they go in this direction. And it just seems like something really cool to do, and it's kind of new. Like, the Element Bearers become something other than ponies. Besides, Sandbar. Rip Sandbar. It'd be, like, new. Like, in this season, we're introducing some new themes with having a school with multiple creatures, not just ponies. And so having multiple creatures and not just ponies as the bearers of the elements would be cool. And I'd at least like to see that come into play. It's kind of, the only thing is, that would kind of give off to me at least Lion Guard vibes. Because Lion Guard was like, the guard is supposed to be of all lions, and then this is the first guard to be of only one lion, be like the first element of harmony to have only one pony as a bearer. But don't ask what that was. I'm just not mentally stable. Like seriously, that could actually be a possibility, but we won't get into that right now. No, yeah. I just think that with it, when they're ending the show, they really have nothing to lose. So, it just, it seems, what did I just do? Oh, those were the seashells. It just seems like a cool place to go with an ending. It'd just be a cool ending to see. Or maybe there would be other elements besides Elements of Harmony that could go with them. But I feel like Elements of Harmony would be best. This actually just came to my mind right now. I feel like Elements of Harmony would actually be best to go with them, and not like Elements of Friendship or whatever, because it would be these. One of them is missing in that one picture, and I think it's Sambar, but I keep trying to figure out who it is because I'm pretty sure one's missing. But these are 6 different creatures coming together in harmony. Something that is like it is Sambar, a huge breakthrough for all pony and dragon and all of their kinds. That would be a huge breakthrough for all of these different creatures coming together in harmony. So I feel like elements of harmony being them, the new bearers of the elements of harmony would be really, well, just cool. It'd be really big symbolism that Equestria has become, or the lands of throughout beyond Equestria are coming together as one in harmony. It's just really interesting concept to think about. But again, they may not do it. They may have a completely different idea in mind. We just have to really wait and see. I just think that would be the best kind of way to end the show, is just with these new awesome bears. They really have nothing to lose here. I just I hate the idea of it ending. Like, I know that it has to happen at some point. I just don't like it. I've stuck with this show pretty much since the beginning, and it's the only show that's stuck with me, and having it end would just be so depressing. So Generation 5 better be worthwhile, Hasbro. Oh, speaking of, yeah, like all these pictures or characters or whatever belong to Hasbro. Please don't copyright me. But speaking of, do you like this beautiful slideshow I put together? I put it together like quickly. I just grabbed pictures I thought worked, and I had to grab one off of Smolder.Boulder's Instagram because they have more Smolder drawings. It's too lazy to grab them, and some of them are just weird. So I just put the fidget, like, they're pretty holiday based, like New Year's and Christmas. And then there's just crying Smolders, and I just thought fidget spinner Smolder would be the best to put here. But anyways, what was I talking about? I just hate to see the show go. This is I honestly don't know what draws me to MLP. I'm a 14-year-old child, female 14-year-old child. But it draws way older guys too, so, and girls, guys and girls. I don't know what draws me though. Like, of all the shows, I'm a pretty tomboyish child, and of all the shows I'm drawn to the most, MLP's one. And honestly, I don't remember the video, but it was a brony video. I think it was a YTP. It was a YouTube poop MLP video, and I don't know what drew me to clicking it. Maybe it was because it was different. It's a My Little Pony. I didn't recognize it. But whichever brony that was that made that video, I don't remember what it was. I just know it was the first, like, episode or whatever of Twilight running and her friends. I don't know which one it was, which, like, video or who made it, but whoever did make it, I deeply thank you so much, because that enthused me to search it up on Netflix. Oh, it's there. I don't think I'll like it, but I'll watch it. Continues to watch more and more, and that's what got me into. That's what introduced me to the show, and I probably would have found it sooner or later, but I love it. So thank you so much to whoever made that one video that provoked me into watching MLP. I just love it, and I've loved the way the path that's taking me on. I just love it. Like that. Now, if you look around my room, you see my movie and CDs right there in my dollhouse. The dollhouse I just have my littlest pet shops, and yes, I'm a weirdo. Just have that there, and you just have my ponies. I have a Pinkie Pie. I have Princess Celestia, Luna, and Cadence with shining armor on top of them. They're plushies and they're on my desk, and shining armor is kind of tossed on top of them. You can just see his hooves. But I have a Pinkie Pie thing that I cut out thingy from the dollar store that I colored. But you have C-Pony, Pinkie Pie. I see Nightmare Moon's head. I see Starlight Glimmer's head because Nightmare Moon fell on top of her. I see Bunga and Kion too, but I see one of the blind bag ponies. Don't know who it is, but they're like lying down there. I see a Twilight card covered thing face, half of her face. I see my stack of MLP cards. I see Fluttershy blind bag. I see Rainbow Dash Fashion. I see Tempest Shadow and Twilight Sparkle Guardians thing battling figure with my Tempest Shadow Stormy Road to Camelot book behind it. I have a lot of MLP things. That right there. I'm pretty sure I have a Pinkie Pie. Oh, there's also Sour Sweet right in my turtle. Oh, and I have a Pinkie Pie blind bag thing right here on my bedstand. Yeah, I have 2 Pinkie Pie cutouts actually, cardboard cutouts from the box of Pinkie Pie Sea Pony because Pinkie Pie Sea Pony is adorable. And I have those just taped to my wall. I had another one too, but it fell. It was on my it was up by my bed on a different wall because I have one wall full of poster thingies, and I have one wall with some drawings and stuff, like my David and Dora drawing, not Dora the Explorer, my dead dog Dora. DDD. I just have, like, if you were to like meet me and you were to like hang out with me and kind of get to know me, you'd be like, oh yeah, this chick, she's like tomboy. And I do that randomly. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not sure if you heard it, but I like make tongue noises. It's literally like it just literally rolls off the tongue. But and then you'd be like, okay, Laura, what's your favorite song? And I'd be like, My Little Pony. And it honestly probably shock you, but I don't know. I just don't know why I'm here. I don't know what fascinates me about the show. It just does. I also see a Princess Celestio Funko. Princess Celestio! Celestia Funko. I have a Rainbow Dash Pony Funko too. I have more of like actual like toy things, but Starlight Glimmer was my favorite, and she was the hardest to find. Like, I swear that Starlight Glimmers and the Starlight Glimmer toys are an endangered species, because I looked in Walmart repetitively, and I've looked all over the place for her, and I found her, and I think it was Family Dollar. It wasn't right. I think it was either Family Dollar or Dollar General. It was one of those, and I found her, and she was the only one. I found her in Big Lots once too, but I put her back like, okay, because I wanted to buy a boombox, Bluetooth boombox. I'm like, I will find another one, and then I couldn't find another one, and then I finally found one singular one left. And I was like, Stu Gloomer. Because she's my favorite for some reason. Lots of people don't like her, but I like her. She reminds me of toothpaste. I only noticed that because somebody in my brony group pointed it out, and now I can never unsee it. Just like Ocelus's mustache nose. Why? Why does this exist? Yeah. I'm kind of slightly dead inside. What's this? Oh, that's my thingy. I'm not gonna get into that. No! Sour Sweet is falling off the turtle. Yeah, I was messing with her by my desk, and I have a turtle. This it's like a plastic-ish turtle lawn ornament thing. It's not really plastic. It's like heavy duty. It's not hollow or whatever. It's thick. It's like plastic glass or whatever. Turtle lawn ornament. and it's on my bedstand, like on this little shelf under my bedstand. And my bedstand is by my chair, which is by where my desk is. And I had her on my desk, and then I was done with her because I was bored and was making this like, we're going to teach how to make a pie, and she just like shoved Pinkie Pie in an oven. But and I was done with her, so I put her on the tortoise, like riding the tortoise, and I've never moved her ever since. Tortoise, turtle. I think it's a turtle, but it could be wrong. I just like turtles. His name is Fred. It was Turkey because I was very uncreative and just took like the animal and then added Y at the end for the names. Like Wolfie is the name of my favorite wolf plush. Like whatever, but Foxy, before FNAF was even a thing, I would name my foxes Foxy. Whatever, and so his name was Turkey, but it sounds too much like Turdy, and my mom said he should be named Fred. So his name's Fred! And I'm really off topic, but I'm kind of finished what I really want to talk about. But his name's Fred, and one day he'll be dead. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, I have other things that I really want to talk about, but this is a live stream, and I named it Discussing MLP Season 8 stuff. So I can't really discuss those things because people are going to join and be like, yeah, thought this was an MLP live stream. Why are you talking about this? But I really want to talk about Bambi 2 and the King of the Tibetan Antelope. Those things are awesome, and I really want to talk about them, but I just can't. Because the world is so cruel. And some, like, Animal Jam, too. Like, I think Animal Jam should, like, make a movie or something. And they have the comic books. Why stop there? That was actually a play on a quote from Jurassic World, where they were talking about, because Claire goes, Verizon Wireless presents the Indominus Rex. And then Laurie sighs and was like, why not go the distance, Claire, and let the companies name the dinosaurs or whatever. They got the ballparks. Why stop there or whatever? So I always kind of go on that when I'm doing that because I'm just one of those people. Like, so if something reminds me of like a song or a quote, I usually go into it. Well, here's an LP thingy. Oh, is this the one? No, this isn't the one. Oh, dang it! You know those pamphlets that come with they have pamphlets that come with like toys when you buy them, and on one of the toys that I bought at one point, the pamphlet had some pony named Pretzel, and it also had like the main six or whatever. So it had the main six and a couple extras, and under Twilight Sparkle, it said her name was Pretzel, and under the Pretzel pony, it said her name was Twilight Sparkle. It's like, you have one job, Hasbro, one job! I know, I'm slightly crazy, you don't have to tell me. Since I'm here, and don't really know what to talk about, I had a, Animal Jam, pet surprise, like, blind thingies, you know, where they have, like, the pets in the dog houses, or in this case, a treasure chest, which seems kind of abusive, but I opened it, and I actually got, like, a rare, like, not a, like, super rare or any of those, it's just a rare, but it's a pig, and her name is Dapper Lady, which is a beautiful name, Miss Dapper Lady. She only gave me, like, 500 gems, though. Fuck you, Dapper Lady. But, I'm trying to think of something on topic that I could talk about. Because I don't want people to start joining and then start yelling at me because they're like, this was supposed to be a Season 8 live stream. But what I thought of the beginning premiere thingy or whatever. So, I didn't really watch the actual thing. I had to watch Blank Checks. Shout out to Blank Checks channel. If you don't know who he is, he's like a Brony analysis, and he does like reactions and stuff like that. Well, I don't think he's an analyst or whatever, but he does do like reactions or whatever. Doesn't really analyze, I don't think. Well, he might. I don't know. I just watch his reaction videos, but he did a reaction to the thing, and so that's how I watched it. So I had a little commentary with mine, but that's okay. I still watched it. And so the leader of the school board thingy seems hella racist. Like, really, really racist. Like, I really wanted to kind of kill him, and he's just really racist. Like, he has a point. I see where he's getting at, but he's really racist. That's all I have to say is that he's really racist. You can tell I'm bad at this. I have marbles on my floor, so I'm just kind of like picking them up and then putting them in the sink of the Barbie kitchen thingy with the stove that I had Sour Sweet shove Pinkie Pie in. Oh, I'm sorry. My mom has karaoke nights, and I heard the tune. I'm like, is she singing Silent Whisper, or whatever, or Careless Whisper? That's what it is, Careless Whisper, and she is. If you don't know what that is, it's the song that goes. That was gorgeous. I just can't help myself. Like, once I start something, I like kind of have to like finish that part. Like, if I start singing a chorus to a song, I have to finish it. I just have to. Okay, I need to make myself a list of things to do stream discussion or whatever on, because there are things I want to discuss, like movies or whatever that I want to discuss. Or maybe I can make like a movie discussion stream thing or whatever, so I can discuss them all in one. So I'm just gonna do a list. So one is Bambi 2. There's only like one major thing that I want. Well, not really one, but like a couple major little hidden elements in there that I want to talk about. Nothing really important, but yeah, I like Bambi 2. What was the other thing? Okay, the King of the Tibetan Antelope. I just want to discuss that because I think that it's a really good movie, and people give it so like much hatred because they're like, OMG, this is a Bambi and Spirit Stallion the Cimarron ripoff. Which I can see why people would think that, but it really isn't, and it's just so beautifully done, and you can tell that a lot of effort was put into it, and people really don't appreciate it. And not many people, I don't think, know of its existence. I could be wrong, but it seems pretty like low known. There's another one. What did I want? What's the other one? You know what I want. You know what I want. There was another thing I wanted to talk about. I don't even remember. There was another thing, but I don't remember what it was. Maybe if I look around my room, there'll be something here that will remind me. Always something there to remind me. Wah, wah, wah. See, that's what I was talking about earlier. That's just what I do. Like, I say something that reminds me of a song, and I just sing it. I blurt out song lyrics. There was something else, and I don't remember. I might have to like just go back and watch. Like, what was it? I could do the like Kimbo Lion King thing, in my opinion, on it. Too. Because there's also like I want to discuss my opinions on the whole Lion King Rudolph Kimber Rudolph Lion King. I don't know. We'll have to see. Wow. But I don't know. I don't really know what else to talk about. I keep like just staring at some ship art that I have over in the corner of my room. Like this paper's like in a box. That the box is sideways, and they're just sitting there because I put all my drawings there because I moved them to make room for some other things. And so there's like 2 ship pictures that I'm looking at. Not all of them are ship, though I think a majority of them are ship art. But one's Lolbit times Golden Freddy, and then the one under it, I can only see Kion and then like the end of Bambi's hoof. But it's Bambi times Kion ship art because that's my OTP ships, and Bambi's booping Kion. But it looks really bad because sometimes I can draw Kion, and then other times I'm not so successful. I don't even know. But just Smolder's my fave out of all of them. I'm gonna try and veer back to season 8, but I've seen so little of it. Ooh, Meltdown. That was intense. Actually, Ember. Somebody asked me about Ember. Like because we were just, well, not like there. We were just like discussing season 8 and the characters, and they're like, well, what is Ember's like relation to Smolder? And my because my opinion on that is that they don't really have a relation. It's just as the Dragon Lord, it's Ember's job to oversee what the student that their kingdom has sent, like, oversee her and her travels and what she's doing. I just think that's her job as Dragon Lord to like do that sort of thing. So I don't really think they have any like real relations. Even though Ember kind of acts like a mother, but to her, she's like, Smolder, come, name it now, or whatever, because when the racist pony shows up and ruins everything. But a friend of mine on Instagram, we actually joked, like, headcanon, they're sisters, and then I was like, headcanon, they are siblings, and Ember was actually the brother that Smolder referred to in Meltdown, but Ember is actually transgender boy to girl. I don't even know. Which would be, if that was the case, which it probably most likely, like, definitely 99.9% isn't the case, but if that was, then it would be extremely, like, rude of Smolder to refer to her as her brother if she was a trans boy to girl and wanted to be a girl, and the Smolder's like, you're a brother, whether you like it or not. And that's Smolder's views on transgender people. But yeah, that was just us joking around. We don't like legitimately think that. But who knows? Maybe they are supposed to be coming off as siblings, but I don't see it. They like have no similarities, like Smolder or Ember's father and Smolder. There's really nothing to show that they're related. I just think that the reason why Ember's escorting Smolder to the school or whatever and overseeing this is because it's her job as Dragon Lord to oversee her kingdom sentenced student. Same with Thorax. I don't think that Ocellus is Thorax's daughter or whatever, especially since there's no there are females, obviously. Duh, Ocellus is a girl, but Ocellus is too young, and plus Ocellus can't be Ocellus's mother. That's just weird. But Thorax doesn't really have a mate, so I really don't think that Ocellus is his daughter or anything. I think if anything, Ocellus would be his at least sibling, if anything, because I mean they're changelings and they all pretty much have the same mother or whatever. But I think Ocellus actually might have been born like after Chrysalis's defeat or whatever, or maybe like, remember, I mean, that's a little low on time, but I feel like she looks pretty young, so I feel like she didn't have much experience during Chrysalis's reign. But I don't think she's related to Thorax. If she is, then siblings, but I don't think she is. I think they're just like hive mates. But as leader or king of the changelings, it'd be Thorax's job to escort and oversee his kingdom's student. Thing with the Griffins is I honestly don't really know why Griffin but Stan version is the overseer. I don't know. I feel like they're just looking for someone that was an official Griffin that wasn't Why isn't Gabby in this school? But that wasn't Gabby or Gilda. Like, but I just call him Stan Griffin because I don't really know his name. And he reminds me of Stan. Like, I'm pretty sure one of his eyes is, like, blinded, like, glazed over. And Stan wears an eye patch. And they both wear fezzes. And they're both cranky old dudes. So, it's Stan but Griffin. It's literally Stan in Equestria. So, if, like, that Griffin were to cross over to the human world, he would be Stan from Gravity Falls. But I don't know why. I feel like they just wanted an existing Griffin that hadn't already been covered to be his overseer. Or maybe it's his grandfather. Maybe they do have relations. Like, maybe it's his cranky grandfather or whatever. Headcanon thing. Maybe Gallus is Dipper, but Griffin, even though they literally have, like, nothing in common. Then Stan Griffin is his great uncle Stan. Okay, but I feel like maybe he actually is the great uncle, but I feel like he'd probably be like a cranky grandfather, or maybe a cranky uncle, or maybe a cranky great uncle. But I don't know. The only reason that would make sense is if they were related, because I don't really see why he'd be the chosen one, especially since the Griffins don't really have, to my knowledge, any like ruler. So I don't really know. I feel like they would have relations. Sandbar doesn't need an overseer because Sandbar's a pony. He lives in Equestria. And then again, I don't think Yona has any actual relation to Prince Rutherford. I just think since he's the leader, it's his job. As the leader of the Yaks to oversee their student. I just think that's the way it is for a majority of these things. And with Silverstream, she isn't led by her kingdom's leader, Queen Novo, because, well, they couldn't get the voice actors, the real reason. But I mean, queen, she's a queen. And I know, like, a lot of the, like, Dragon Lord is pretty much, like, queen for the dragons, but she just doesn't go out much. Like, they never really been outside the gates, while the others, like, dragons come into Equestria and stuff like that. The Griffins are kind of semi there or whatever. And Yaks are well acquainted with Equestria. We saw a whole episode about that. So I think that, plus she isn't really, so the queen niece, I think she is. So they have a royal, but it's not the queen, but it's a royal guard, I believe he is, who is escorting her to there. Probably because like I stated, the hippogriffs are a little more reclusive than some of the others. I mean, they just came back on land, so, you know, they're probably a little, like, in the bookstore or the Canterlot, they're untrusting of strangers anyways, so they're kind of a little cautious. So that's probably why a guard would be sent. but it's still a guard, so it's still like someone with like status coming because it's his job to oversee their student from their kingdom. So I don't really think that they necessarily have to have these relations with people. The only one who would like make little sense for not having a relation would be Gallus, but everyone else are brought by their kingdom's leaders or someone similar to their leaders, because I just feel like that's, as their kingdom's leaders, it's their job to oversee the students that they input into the school. And I don't know, for what we've seen of the Griffins, they don't really have a current leader. The leader that they did have, I'm pretty sure, was killed by that ram thing or whatever a long time ago. They don't really have a current leader that we've seen of, so we don't really have someone to bring him. So I feel like it'd just make more sense if he was related to Stan Griffin. But for everyone else, it's just... And Sam Barr doesn't need overseeing from anyone because he lives in the home of the school. That's just my thoughts. But I feel like maybe Gabby should have an attendance at the school. I mean, she's been to Equestria, but I feel like maybe they're just trying to get a fresh palette of characters to work with. That's why they didn't, use people like that. Because they could have easily, pulled out Gabby and put her in, and pulled out like a CMC character or whatever and put her in, although this is more of like a college or high school than it is a preschool or whatever. But they could have pulled like Gabby, which maybe Gabby is closer to the Kingdom Hearts Crusaders, and that's why, another reason why. And they could have pulled a bunch of those people, but I feel like the reason they didn't is because they're trying to go for a fresh palette of characters, new interesting characters. We'd be more interested. Gabby, we've already seen. We know what her deal is. She wants Cutie Mark. She has like a fake Cutie Mark thingy now. We already know her deal. We already know who she is. I think Gabby's her name. The Griffin from the Fulton are Cutie Marks, if that isn't. And like, if we knew the person, then exactly that, we knew them. So introducing new characters gives us a chance to be interested. We want to know, what are you about? What's up with your deal? It brings more interest factor because we don't know them. We don't know them, so we want to know them instead of we already know them, so why? What's the point? That's probably one of the reasons why they're new. Plus, we don't really have much with the acts. We don't really know much people. What some people pointed out, which I kind of think would have been cool, but they're kind of limiting to 6, would be a buffalo, like Braveheart, I think her name was. Why are there no buffaloes in this class? But I think it's because they were aiming for 6, so they kind of had to narrow it down to 6 species. And I mean, why 6? Why is so specific? Seems suspicious to sexist to me. Perhaps maybe it's because they needed new bearers for the 6 elements of harmony. I don't know, but there's 6 of them. It's whatever reason they need 6 for. They then had to narrow it down to those creatures. Pony, we probably just needed a pony. I mean, the show is My Little Pony. You gotta have at least one pony. It's like essential, I guess. I guess dragons and changelings had been big, like, things over the past couple of seasons. Maybe griffins, because we hadn't really gotten much of them. Yaks have also been a kind of a focus over the past couple seasons. And hippogriffs, I mean, come on, we have a new species that we introduced into the setting, the world, and from the movie we gotta tie that in. So hippogriffs, that seems like logical. So I guess that's probably what was going through there. That's exactly what went through the writers' heads when coming up with these characters. No, that's probably like one of the reasons that could have been why these specific species were chosen. And the buffaloes, we only really got one episode on, honestly. So I mean, which is kind of too bad because the buffaloes were kind of cool, but plus with the yaks though, I think the buffalo and a yak would kind of be just too close together. Like, yeah, the yaks have more fur than the baby buffaloes, but I feel like it'd just be a little confusing to, well, maybe a smaller audience or whatever, be like, wait, because, I mean, maybe some people look at Yona as a buffalo. If you're a small child, maybe they look at Yona as a buffalo, and having two buffaloes be like, why is that buffalo furry and that one's naked? I don't know. But maybe it's because they were too close together as species, and they wanted more variety. That could have also been a reason for it. I don't know. But I just like the array of characters, though. Honestly. Like, I like Silverstream because she's basically a she is, how can I forget her name? That's what I do when I'm like fake depressed. Skystar, there we are. I had to think of Princess first for some reason in order to come up with it. But she's like Princess Skystar literally reincarnated, and we have reason for it because she's like her cousin. Plus, they probably were like, Princess Skystar's a good character, and people enjoyed her, but we can't have this voice actor all the time, this big voice actor here all the time. So, what do we gotta do? I know. We'll give her a cousin that's her, but different. And we'll just call it her cousin. And no one will know. No one will ever know. No one will suspect a thing. But either way, I'm happy because I love Princess Skystar. I love all of I'm like this with the main six too. I like can't pick favorites of the main six. I love them all. Well, Rainbow Dash is kind of a favorite, but I just love them all. I like don't have like one of them that I hate. I think Rarity is my least favorite only because Rarity is the one that I least connect with. Because I'm not really a fashionista, but I still like Rarity. I still I like can't choose like Capper and Tempest and Captain Solano and all these new characters. I love them, all of them. I can't choose like one to be a like hate. I just can't. It's not in my nature. I love everything, even though I hate people. I hate everyone. I don't even remember last. I don't know. Oh, Princess Skystar and Silverstream. But also, this whole stairs obsession. They may not have had underwater stairs, but they've been on land for I don't know how long, like the time between the movie and the new season. Like, it's pretty soon. But well, then again, they can fly, so they probably didn't have a need for stairs. But, wait a second. Wait, just a millisecond. Hold up. Let me find the chapter. It's time to prove or disprove whether the stairs thing is really accurate. Oh, that's the give me my sunshine. What? Oh, that's just by chapters. There's no real. Okay, no, they're talking about soup. Okay. Oh no, that's the mountain. that the characters in the thing, which they can just fly up a mountain. Let me just get stabbed. But there's stairs on the mountain, but they can probably fly up the mountain, but they're still there, so it's not like you can't just admire those to silver screen. But I mean, I guess if you're in the one place, but wait, they have to get to the sea. Well, I guess she could fly down too. Mm. Aha! Aha! This is once they're in the city, I think. Oh wait, never mind. They're not in the city yet. Oh, they're not. They're already in the thing. Dang it! We'll never know. Mm. Yeah. This is literally my life. Wait, okay. Dang it, never mind. Okay, I thought that this would have, like, some plot hole, like, aha, there are stairs to the castle or whatever. But it didn't. It was the Stormy Road to the Canterlot. I was, reading it because they invade, Mount Eris in the Hippogriff City. And I was trying to find some stairs inside the city, but I didn't find anything. They're just stairs leading to the city, which flying animals would need. So they wouldn't really, look at them or whatever. They just fly down to where they need to be. Don't you? Okay, sorry. The only reason I started singing that was because I was watching one of the leaked episodes. It was the one with Silverstream's brother. And in the end, the person added, "Don't you forget about me." As they're walking down the beach, it's like, what? So, I don't really know what else to talk about here. And it's getting late. My sister's gonna be home soon, and she'll probably be in her room to listen to me screeching. Or whatever. So, I guess. Oh, I dropped a marble. Ugh, I shouldn't have taken it out of the sink, and I'm too lazy to grab it, even though it only rolled, like, less than a foot. But that's all for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed my intense weirdo-ness. I only had one person join, and they put a dislike on my stream because I'm speaking my native language, and I haven't really found the time or money to learn another one. So I'm sorry, okay? Or at least I assume that's why they disliked it. Because they couldn't understand a word I was saying. Because I'm pretty sure they're Spanish or something. Whatever, the Spanish is Ola, right? Whatever language they're speaking, I can't speak it. So, wait, I'm gonna use some Google Translate. I know Google Translate really isn't the best thing for use, but it's something. but I'm triggered because they disliked it, and or assuming if they're the only one watching, watch me go onto my phone and find out I accidentally disliked it. But fudge. I'm so close to slipping swears. I'm trying to lessen it, even though on this channel that's a thing that's okay to do. But on my main channel, I've almost slipped swears before, and I don't like swearing on my main channel. No people. Oh, he didn't say he couldn't understand. He just said no people. There's no people here. Why did you wanna? Did you want to flippin' harass my chat? I've done that before. I was on an Enchanted Mob live stream, and he was doing some animating, and I don't even remember. I think I was just being a weirdo, and like one of the moderators started yelling at me, and then I don't even remember what I said, but he gave me a 5-minute kick. But I have a bajillion accounts, YouTube accounts, so I kept logging on. I'm like, do you block all your problems? Because that's my major comeback when people block me is, do you block all your problems? I would keep going, and by the time I was done with the list, like back at the beginning of the list, it had already been 5 minutes. So I just go through the process again, and I literally did it until the live stream ended. It was hilarious. And it was literally the stupidest. I don't even remember why, but I know it was like really stupid reason. Like I wasn't doing much of being much of a problem. I think I possibly was spamming or something. I don't know, but it was hilarious because the guy was like getting so triggered because I keep coming back and back. I was just like, I could see this all day. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little slideshow of my insaneness. You saw a little peek into my insane life, and I will see you all guys next time. Just let me know if you watched the whole thing or whatever. Let me know in the comments of the replay or whatever what you think of the characters and the whole elements of harmony and all of that stuff, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think of it. I want to hear your opinions. I'm always open to the community opinions. I may not agree with your opinion, which I don't necessarily have to, but I'm not going to be like, OMG, your opinion's so wrong, it sucks. Oh, get off the internet, because that's just rude and everyone's entitled to their opinion. The only time I do something like that, which not in that manner either, is if like the opinion like wasn't less of an opinion and more of just being flat out wrong about something, like somebody who's like, it's my opinion that cheetahs don't roar. Like, that was an actual thing. Like, I was telling them cheetahs can't. No, it was cheetahs do roar, because I was telling them cheetahs can't roar. You know that? And they're like, it's my opinion, and in my opinion, they do. It's like, but it's fact they don't. So if you're literally, like, factually wrong, I might call you out on it, but this is just opinion stuff, like, loosely based. So whatever, like, tell me on your opinion, like, if they were to be the Bears, which one do you think, like, who do you think would be what? Like, perhaps you think that Smolder would be loyalty instead of Gallus, whatever you think. I'm open to it. I like discussions. I like getting into, persuasive arguments and stuff, too. Like, I did that once on my, Tempest Shadow Keymark video. I'm interested in that, too. But you're entitled to your opinion. I'm not trying to, like, change it. If you think something's something, and I'm, like, commenting back, don't necessarily think, now I have to believe this, because that's not how the world works. It's just not. So just put what you think down in comments. I might reply to it, and if I do, it'd be on my Aleu BlackWolf channel. But put what you think. I'm interested. I will see you all next time. Please like, subscribe, comment, and if you are that insane enough, hit the bell notification so you know when because I'm the only one on the channel, upload. Okay. Goodbye.